Good evening. Welcome to a Friday session of Cat Space. Once again, we are bringing you a fun topic. I'm Kat. This is Buckets. Joining us in the family is always our dear friend Leon, and of course, family members Aaron and Braden. Hi guys. Hope you're all enjoying your TGIF.
How are you?
Hey,
How is
everyone.
everyone? You done okay, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight's podcast is talking about travel paradise versus travel nightmare. We all love to travel, see different cultures, eat different cuisines, experience a different world in life. Number one question, first question is, name your top 10 travel paradise locations. Aaron, go.
The first one would be Australia, obviously.
Okay.
You kiss up.
You're listening us now to the right people.
Let him speak. Keep going. Keep going.
Get this man a citizenship.
Yeah.
Not my vote. Keep going.
The next one would be New York.
Okay.
Like somewhere in America, I don't care where. Can't think of anywhere else actually. Benidorm would be the third one in Spain. Can't think of anywhere else.
Well,
I'd definitely go to Fiji. That would be my I've been to Fiji before, and I found that the people were lovely, and you could literally do anything you wanted in Fiji. It was beautiful. And I found that, apparently at that time, Fiji was under a dictator, but it was the friendliest dictator you've ever seen in your life. We stayed at the Pearl, which was like where Greg Norman stayed, and they were just. Yeah, we got invited to places. We actually met there's lots of tribes that have districts for different hotels and stuff like that. And we went to my brother and I. We went to different people's houses, and we immersed ourselves with the culture. So we absolutely loved it there. And the Australian dollar, they loved us when we used the Australian dollar. It was just absolutely fantastic, and I loved every bit of Fiji. But if I'd say like my top 10, if I was to choose, Dubai was like a lot like New York but cheaper. I really loved Dubai. Malaysia was really, really nice. Thailand was okay. But I'd really love to go to France. I've never been to France before. I've heard so many good things about it. It's a beautiful city. There's just, but where I probably should be going, and my Chinese side of the family are putting pressure on me to go, is Hong Kong, because my family is Chinese Cantonese. So I'd really love to go to the island of Hong Kong. That's where I'd like to go.
Braden, top 10, go.
Okay, so places I would like to go. Either I usually like cold places. So I think, but I don't know where to start. Maybe like Melbourne. Maybe like Melbourne. I would definitely go to Melbourne first. But I'd also love to go to Amsterdam because it's like fun, and like Germany, like all the sausages there. And there's like a sex palace. Yeah, so like I would definitely go there. And then I would like to go to Paris, just because like the fun, like the love.
You and me have to go to Fashion Week. You and me must go to Fashion Week.
Oh yes. And I want to go to New York for New York Fashion Week.
Oh yes.
I want to go to Milan.
Oh, Fashion Week.
Yeah, because they're rich and they're like that's where Fashion Week kind of that's the epicenter. I just want to go to the whole of Italy because I'm Italian, so I want to see my family there. What else? I think. I definitely love to go to the UK. Love to go to London. Love to go to Newcastle. Okay, mainly because like Geordie Shore. And I might see Wales because I heard they're like sheep shaggers. So
Oh,
I don't know, Aaron. Maybe you could show me around there.
I think you got the wrong country.
For me, it would have to be New York. It would have to be New York, not just for their fashion week, but New York, especially with their snow. I love cold weather. I'm a winter girl, so New York.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to LA. I'd love to go to San Francisco. I'd love to go to Milano. I'd love to go to Venice. I'd love to go to Roma. I'd love to go to Paris, to the Champs-Elysees. I'd love to go to the Louvre. I'd love to see the bright lights of Paris.
Did you say you'd like to go to the loo? Well, there's one about 5 to 10
Louvre.
steps away from where you are.
Museum, right?
The Louvre.
Like the Louvre.
Yeah.
The Louvre.
And the Louvre, Champs-Elysees. I'd love to go to Bora Bora. I heard Bora Bora is beautiful. Canada is another cold climate country. I love Canada. I would love to go back to New Zealand as a holiday for a week or so. I'd love to go to Germany. I'd love to go to Holland, to Netherlands. I think Netherlands and Holland is absolutely gorgeous, stunning. Amsterdam is another one, not because of why we all know, but Amsterdam is a great place. I'd love to just go, somewhere that's, even if it's not cold, like somewhere like, maybe Fiji, maybe, I don't know, just some gorgeous Switzerland, Belgium. They're another field I'd like to go to.
You just like that because of the chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
This is the chocolate. It's like, don't worry about the views. Just concentrate on the chocolate.
Leon, what are your favorite destinations?
Oh, wow. Well, I did mention off air that I have been to the UK once. Well, I would like to go back there because
Me too.
what I would like to do, right, if I would to go back to the UK, man, I've got to see the darts live in that crazy ass crowd when you hear them just singing, like they're all like chanting to the song Chase the Sun after every leg, and it was just amazing to watch that on TV. So that's one thing I would love to do if I ever go back to the UK. I would like to go to the US because I've never been and I've always been fascinated about it. I got some friends over there in the US. I would like to see, just to see how it was like. Also, I'd probably would like to go to New Zealand as well because basically across the ditch and I've never actually been. And I'd like to go visit some of the other states here in Australia because I've never been to them either. I'm always curious to see why people don't like to go to South Australia. I would always want to find out why.
I've been once, and that was back in 1999. But
You've never been back.
no, but speaking of overseas, I'd probably like to go to Wales. I'd like to go to Wales. They have a super rugby team. Wales is beautiful. I'd like to go to the UK. I would like to see Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace. I'd like to see Mrs. Bouquet's house. I'd like to see Rose's
Did you
house.
say Mrs. Bouquet's house? Have you been watching Keeping Up Appearances, have
I
you?
love that show. I think I can watch that on a loop and still laugh my head off.
I love how you said Mrs. Bouquet as opposed to Mrs. Bucket, because then that would just be confusing on my part.
That would play along with the running joke that was always there in that show. The Bouquet residents, they did the house speaking.
I
did what?
think I'd like to go to Scotland for the castles. I think I'd like to go to Ireland for the Guinness, for the green. Like Wales is very green, Ireland's very green.
So you'd actually get the proper Guinness instead of the shit that they sell us here.
Exactly. Okay, next question. Where don't you want to go and why? Leon, go.
Well, Russia would be the first place I wouldn't want to go to right now for obvious reasons. That'll be revealed very shortly. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't because we'd probably get a flag on this now. No, all seriousness. Wow, one place I wouldn't want to go. Oh, probably Antarctica. It's probably a little bit too cold for me. Even though I'm a cold person, I like the cold because I'm wearing a bloody robe and it's summertime like an idiot. That's
We are,
an
which
interesting
we are.
question. Where would I not want to go? Wow. I to be honest, I don't really have an answer to that.
I'm sure you've got one.
Okay, well, while we're waiting for you, Brayden,
I don't know.
where don't you like to go and why? Or where wouldn't you go and why? Brayden.
Sorry, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you.
Sorry, I was like, God, oh fuck. This alcohol's really doing wonders.
Is that alcohol like speaking to you? It's like telling you not to answer. Is that what that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, probably Russia at the moment, obviously. Not gonna go into detail. Don't want this video getting flagged.
Exactly. I've got a different answer. Thank God.
Honestly, maybe North Korea.
North Korea, very good
Again, for
answer.
for obvious reasons, because
you can't leave anywhere, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
you can't go home.
What about you, Aaron?
I'd say Russia for obvious reasons.
Russia.
And then
Yeah, where have I heard that before, huh?
and I'll say the same as Braden, North Korea for obvious reasons, because you can't leave.
Oh.
I'm going to say a different answer, and I'm going to go. Even though I was born in the Middle East, I wouldn't want to go tour the Middle East again, because the Middle East is like in summertime, it's like 50, 60 degrees, and it's really, really stifling hot. And you've got sand. So the Middle East is desert, really. So you got all the Middle Eastern countries that, run on desert. So it's really, really hot. And it's like, we think summer here is hot. Over there it's sandy, and it's it kind of hits you in the face, and it's sort of like worse than here by 100, it's sort of like, and you're like clamoring to get out because sort of like you need air conditioner badly. So it's kind of like hotter than here by like 50, 60 degrees. I will not like to go back to the Middle East. Next question.
Did I just get skipped?
Oh, what about you? Sorry, I forgot.
Braden, you don't make an answer. Aaron, you're looking for an answer. Leon, you can't tell me an answer, and I get skipped. How about that?
Go.
No, if I'd have
I wonder what your answer's going to be there, Buckets.
Oh,
Wink,
God,
wink.
no, I have all the answers.
Let's not make it long-winded.
Because I had a really long-winded answer there. Really long answer. That's what I was going to take up all my time for. Okay, I don't want to offend the people of Bali, because I do like Bali food, but I don't really think I'd want to go to Bali, because I just hear really bad stories all the time about Bali. I hear about how Australians get arrested in Bali because they screw up in Bali, or they do things that are illegal in Bali and they get arrested or they get kidnapped. So even though I know Bali is has almost the same culture as, say, Thailand or a lot of those other island nations as well, to be honest, Bali would freak me out, to be honest. Because I've heard about, say, the Bali 9. I mean, they were all Australians.
Let's not get to look.
But I don't think there's something about Bali just stopping me from going there. But the other place I probably don't want to go is probably Broome in Australia. I don't know why. My mum's been there. My mum's friends have been there. They seem to love it. For some reason, I just don't want to go there. And I don't know why I don't want to go there. I just don't.
I think if I was to go inside Australia, I would have to say Melbourne. Melbourne is the big one I want to go to. The reason why is because Melbourne is home of theatre, Capitol Theatre, Broadway shows. It's food, luxury of food, fashion, Braden, fashion. I probably want to shop till I drop.
It's also like Disneyland, except for it's the most lockdown place on earth.
Exactly. Aaron, if you ever come to Sydney, you have to go to Melbourne. Adelaide,
When it reopens, of course. When it reopens.
Queensland, I've been. I'd like to go back and visit Queensland. I'm in love with Queensland. I wouldn't go to WA. I wouldn't go to the Northern Territory. I just go to the ones that I know I'm going to have fun in and not sort of heat up in. But next question is, what would be your all-time favorite things you would like to do? Aaron, you go first. So again, what would be your all-time favorite things you would like to do traveling? Say you're in a country, your favorite country, what would you like to do?
Like, say if I was in New York or somewhere, I'd like to go and see the Statue of Liberty, and just shop until I drop, basically.
Brayden.
So I was like, if I was in Milan, I would like to go to the Fashion Week, obviously, and I think I would love to have drinks with the Hadid, Kendall Jenner,
Oh yeah.
like all the fashion designers, like I don't know, Alex Perry, hopefully he'll be there. But yeah, like, you know, I'd probably like to go to all the luxury shops, you know, and buy very beautiful things. I love the scenery. I would love to eat all the food there, like good pasta.
Oh yes.
So yeah.
You're giving me something to feel. I think if I could go 2 places, New York would be the first one. New York, I'd go to see the Statue of Liberty. I'd get that. Look at that. I'd also go to I'd go to Chicago because Chicago's deep dish pizza. Their pizzas are so large. I'd like to go to see a Super Bowl where I could eat a proper hot dog. And you know, with all the trimmings.
Do they even call them hot dogs, or
Yeah.
do they just call them wieners?
They're the hot dogs. So if I was
I
to
know
go
you're
to
laughing
Italy,
about that, mate.
if I was to go to Italy, I'd probably want to go to the Vatican. That's one thing I would love to do. I'd also love to go to the place where it's Gucci and Versace, Father, Son, and House of Gucci. Sorry,
We're gonna
Lady
get
Gaga.
sued for this shit.
And I would love to do
It's a good thing that none of the Gucci's actually run Gucci.
and
anymore.
Prada Fashion Week. I would love to eat no, it's not running out of time.
Oh no.
I would love to go to Milan. Okay, next question. What souvenirs would
Wow, I got bumped from that one.
Oh, Leon, sorry, Leon.
All right. So if I was to go places, like if I was to go back to the UK, like you guys said, I would probably go see like like you did say, Kat, I would go to see like Buckingham Palace. If there was, you know, from ultimate sights to see, obviously that would be one. If I was to go to New York, it would be to the Statue of Liberty. You know, I would probably go visit Florida to see if the map is actually correct that it's America's Wang. I would probably also go to Pennsylvania. I think it might be Pennsylvania. Isn't that where they make Hershey's? Isn't that where it is? Hershey's, Pennsylvania, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'll go there, and if I was to go to Switzerland, I would go for the chocolate as well.
Buckets. What souvenir would you bring home?
I know this like sounds like really typical, but I might want to get one of those snow cones from say, you know, New York perhaps, or
Philadelphia for the cheesesteak as well.
Or I might just go to New York and say I love New York. It's one of those standard things. I mean, what I wouldn't really go for is like those standard tattoos to say I love New York and then come home and look where I've been. And then one of my family members has a heart attack to say I've got a tattoo that says look where I've been. You know, but I actually, if what I would probably go for would be maybe some sort of perfume. That's what I'd probably go for, to be honest. I'd go for a perfume that's that you would only find in that country and nowhere else. And I'd probably like to take that home with me because I would have the scent of that country.
Last
That's what I would
question.
do.
Last question. Buckets. Would you consider living there? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Is this a question for both of us?
No, I mean. Yes or no?
Okay, if there was a job waiting for me and I liked that job and they paid me enough, yeah, I'd probably consider living there. If someone said to me, Buckets, we need you to be the governor of California because our favorite governor's not here anymore, I'd go, absolutely, sir, I'll do it.
I'll get to the governor.
For me, if it was,
So yeah,
if it was America, would I consider living there? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. America or Canada, absolutely in a heartbeat. I'd definitely consider living there. Aaron, yes or no?
If it was America, yes, I'd definitely consider living there. And then if it was Australia, it would be yes. Yeah.
Brayden?
Okay. If I was to live in America, yeah, probably maybe in LA, be one of the influencers and
Yes, Queen.
one of them. But
Yes,
I'd love to live in the UK. I think it has such beautiful weather. It's just the aesthetics of the UK is just amazing, and I like their media. I think their media is so just real, and it's not so compact and fake, and you just see everything for what it is. So yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
that was so good, wasn't it?
That was awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Brayden, Aaron. Thank you, boys. Leon, thank you so much. Buckets.
Yeah, and if you would like to buy me a trip to anywhere around the world, I would be happy to accept your donation on the condition it's not Broome or something else I don't like.
Well, to our current subscribers and to the viewers, what is your favorite travel destination, paradise? What is the travel nightmare? What are the foods you would eat? Would you live there? What would be the things that you do? What souvenirs would you bring back? What would you do? Make sure you leave us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And then there's that little bell. The five of us would really like you to appreciate it. You'd press that bell for us.
It's four computers, but 5 people. Just remember that.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments. We're also going to be on Anchor.fm with the audio on Spotify, and YouTube is coming up next. Please don't forget to tell us what you think, what you like, and if you're enjoying this podcast. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Buckets, everyone, for joining us tonight. We look forward to having all 5 of us back in next week. We are having a games night for the next week or so.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to that. Until then,
And don't forget to set up a GoFundMe account for Buckets to go to Broome.
That's right. Yeah, I'm too old for a Katiki tour, so whatever the older version of that. We'll go to 25.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.